Man fined and placed on bail for 3 charges. A 23-year-old man, Floyd Grant of Sophia, was fined $10,000 and placed on $50,000 bail after appearing in the Georgetown Magistrates Court to answer 3 charges. The charges against Grant included unlawful and malicious wounding of Terrence Jones, disorderly behavior in public, and resisting police arrest. These incidents took place on February 7, 2025, at Regent Street, Borda. Senior Magistrate Fabio Azor read the charges to Grant. He pleaded guilty to the disorderly behavior charge but not guilty to the other 2 charges. As a result, Magistrate Azor fined Grant for the disorderly behavior and placed him on $25,000 bail for each of the remaining charges. 25-year-old Bartica teacher charged, remanded to prison. Dolores Courtman, a 25-year-old school teacher residing at 87 to 89 3 Miles Potaro Road, Bartica, has been remanded to prison after being charged with sexual activity with a child by abusing a position of trust. Courtman was arrested on February 5, 2025, by police officers from the Bartica police station for the alleged rape of an underage female student. On February 7, 2025, he appeared before Magistrate Tariq Muhammad at the Bartica Magistrates Court. Courtman was not required to enter a plea regarding the charge and was remanded to prison until March 7, 2025, as the case proceeds. Alleged robbery with violence. The Guyana Police Force, GPF, is investigating an alleged robbery with violence involving a 49-year-old female doctor associated with the Ministry of Health. The incident occurred on February 9, 2025, around 8:30 a.m. at a hostel located on Lamaha Street, Georgetown. The victim was reportedly sitting on a flower pot inside the well-fenced compound of the hostel, checking her Samsung smartphone, valued at $25,000. During this time, a male suspect, identifiable as being of African descent, pushed open the gate, which was secured by an internal bolt, and entered the compound. According to reports, the suspect approached the victim and struck her multiple times across the face before taking her cell phone. He then fled the scene, escaping west along Lamaha Street. Authorities have begun conducting interviews with several individuals in the area as part of the ongoing investigation. The police are actively pursuing leads to apprehend the suspect involved in this violent act. Pressman fined and placed on bail for multiple charges. Kaider News. A 30-year-old man, Seaton Daphnis, appeared at the Georgetown Magistrates Court on Monday, where he was fined $20,000 and placed on $30,000 bail after facing 7 charges. Daphnis, a pressman for Guyana Times, was charged with disorderly behavior in public and using abusive and threatening language towards Kennard Blackman, Shaquille Welcome, and Kester Bethune. The incidents occurred on December 28, 2024, at Princes Street and Mandela Avenue, Georgetown. During the proceedings, Senior Magistrate Fabio Azor read the charges to Daphnis. He pleaded guilty to the disorderly behavior charge but not guilty to the 6 charges of abusive and threatening language. Daphnis explained to the court that he was on his way to see his brother when he witnessed an argument and approached the scene, which led to his involvement. He also mentioned, "Them went cranking up guns, the police them." Magistrate Azor fined Daphnis $20,000 and sentenced him to 2 weeks of imprisonment for the disorderly behavior charge. He was placed on $5,000 bail for each of the 6 abusive and threatening language charges, totaling $30,000. Daphnis is scheduled to return to court on February 17, 2025, for the continuation of the matters to which he pleaded not guilty. Guyanese Critic Statement Network breach/safety concerns. In a recent post, the Guyanese Critic addressed allegations made in an interview with a young Amerindian girl, suggesting inappropriate actions or possible sexual assault by T. Mohammeds. The critic claims that Guyana Uncut, founded by Karen Bruce, is a surrogate for T. Mohammeds, serving as a platform for attacks on individuals while portraying the Mohammeds as respectable members of society. The critic alleges that the Mohammeds have been building media connections through financial means, buying loyalty and influence from various individuals, including Travis Chase, Melissa and Atwell, Rickford Burke, and Odessa Primus. They assert that those who respond to any criticism of T. Mohammeds are likely on their payroll. The critic claims that attempts were made to co-opt their platform, but they remain unswayed. Additionally, the post references a previous incident involving the hacking of TBN's IT system, asserting that the culprits were linked to Guyana Uncut/T. Mohammeds, something they claim to have confirmed months prior. They draw parallels to a past murder case on Main Street, where CCTV systems were similarly compromised. The Guyanese critic has stated that a report will be made to the Guyana Police Force, the U.S. Embassy in Guyana, and the U.S. Department of State, expressing concern for the safety of Mikhail Rodriguez and his family, implying that he is being targeted. Chief Election Officer suggests cameras at polls to prevent voter impersonation. News source Guyana. The Guyana Elections Commission, GECOM, has decided against a proposal from Chief Election Officer Vishnu Persad to install cameras at polling places to enhance the security of the electoral process and prevent voter impersonation and fraud. Persad submitted a report detailing the proposal's feasibility, but it was not considered in the Commission's budget for the year. This information emerged during a recent meeting between GECOM and the leadership of the Alliance for Change. In a leaked audio recording from the meeting, shared on journalist Travis Chase's Facebook page, Persad explained the rationale behind his proposal. He emphasized that the installation of cameras at polling stations could serve as a security measure to record activities and address allegations of multiple voting and impersonation. Persad noted that the level of consideration given to the proposal was not on par with that of biometric systems. He stated, "We believe that the Secretariat has the capacity to procure, install, and effectively manage the footage from those cameras." During the meeting, GECOM Chairman, retired Justice Claudette Singh, mentioned that the issue remains under consideration and has not been completely ruled out. Although the proposal was not included in the current budget, she indicated that GECOM could seek additional funding through the National Assembly for any new plans. As GECOM prepares for upcoming elections, opposition parties continue to press for clarity on issues related to biometrics and other security measures at the polls. Health Ministry to introduce digital dentistry this year. Guyana Times. The Ministry of Health is set to enhance dental services in the public health sector with the introduction of digital dentistry, as outlined in the Health Ministry's 2025 budget. Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony announced this development during budget estimates last week. Once operational, this initiative will allow citizens to receive dental crowns within hours. Dr. Anthony explained, "We are moving towards digital dentistry, where when somebody comes in needing a crown, it can be designed on the screen and sent to a mill, which will produce it right in the facility. Within an hour, they will be able to have that crown fitted." The digital dentistry service aims to build on existing improvements in dental services within the public healthcare system. The 2025 budget includes provisions for nearly 6,000 additional preventive and curative procedures, with a significant focus on dental care. Dr. Anthony noted the progress made over the past few years, including the increase in dental chairs across regions, enhanced facilities at the Chetty Jugan Dental Center, and the introduction of procedures like root canals at several facilities. Recent additions also include CT scans and X-rays at various healthcare locations. In total, the health sector has been allocated $143.2 billion in the 2025 budget to build capacity, improve services, and expand health infrastructure. During the budget discussions in the National Assembly, Dr. Anthony reaffirmed the government's commitment to developing a world-class healthcare system. Azruddin Mohammed denies claims of sexual assault. Family calls accusations a political hit job. News source Guyana. Prominent businessman and philanthropist Azruddin Mohammed has categorically denied allegations of sexual assault made by a teenage girl, stating he is open to a thorough investigation by both local and international authorities. The claims emerged following an interview conducted by social media commentator Mikhail Rodriguez, also known as the Guyanese critic, who is currently facing a multimillion-dollar lawsuit filed by Mohammed, his father, and their company. In the interview, the 17-year-old girl claimed she was sexually assaulted by Mohammed during a visit to her indigenous community in December 2024. She acknowledged that she had not reported the incident to the police or her family and that this was her first public disclosure of the allegations. In a statement released through his attorneys, Mohammed refuted the accusations, asserting that he and his Team Mohammed are willing to undergo polygraph tests administered by qualified professionals, including foreign security agencies. The statement emphasized their commitment to supporting victims of sexual assault and condemning all forms of sexual exploitation, particularly against young girls. The Tasheo of the village mentioned in the allegations also issued a statement, asserting that he is unaware of any such incident occurring in the community and expressed skepticism regarding the girl's claims of being from the village. He noted that whenever Mohammed and his team visit, they provide assistance to residents and then leave. Furthermore, Azruddin Mohammed's sister claimed that the allegations are politically motivated, arguing that accusations of rape should never be used for political gain. She described the situation as a vile, unforgivable act, accusing her brother of being targeted by paid fabrications and manufactured lies. Although Mohammed has not officially entered the political arena for the upcoming elections, he has hinted at a possible candidacy, recently criticizing the government for its slow distribution of cash grants to citizens. This came shortly after a false report by a Facebook page, Guyana Daily News, claimed that he would distribute $100,000 to the first 1,000 people at his business, leading to a crowd showing up in vain. Additionally, it is worth noting that Mohammed, his family, and their businesses faced sanctions from the U.S. government last year due to allegations of underreporting gold exports and tax evasion. Kingston Goods Wharf is currently 80% complete. Passengers can anticipate an improved travel experience as the rehabilitation works on the Kingston Goods Wharf approach completion, with the Ministry of Public Works announcing that the project is currently 80% complete. The 21-month project has made significant strides, with 79% of the reinforced concrete wharf completed and 75% of the Linkspan Bridge installed. Additionally, 92% of the piles for the wharf development have been successfully driven, with 333 out of the required 362 installed. Structural advancements include capping beam casts, 88% complete. Deck slab casts, 85% complete. Passenger terminal building, 91% complete. Storage bond, 63% complete. This project, undertaken by CARES Engineering Incorporated at a cost of $1.05 billion, $5 million, aims to accommodate the MV MA Lisha, a recently acquired Indian-made roll-on/roll-off ferry servicing Region 1, thereby enhancing maritime connectivity. The Kingston Goods Wharf rehabilitation is part of the government's broader initiative to modernize the country's river transportation network. For 2025, the government has allocated $9.9 billion to continue these efforts, focusing on safety, efficiency, and sustainability. A significant portion of this budget will also be dedicated to repairs of ferries such as the MV Makuria, MV Malali, MV Canoan, and MV Sabanto, along with improvements to the wharf and stellings in Bartica, Kamaka, and Port Kaituma. 13 Amerindian communities benefit from Mines Ranger training. 13 Amerindian communities are participating in a Community Mines Ranger training program facilitated by the Guyana Mining School and Training Center Inc., GMSTC, under the Ministry of Natural Resources. This initiative aims to establish qualified rangers within Amerindian titled lands, enhance technical skills, promote understanding of mining regulations, and improve compliance within the sector. The communities benefiting from this program include Arakamai, Kokorite, Chinese Landing, Joala, Kamarang, Keiko, Kangaruma, Tasserine, Turungbang, Kanapang, Achoib, Aishelton, Parabara. These communities were selected based on recommendations from the National Tashayos Conference, NTC, held in August 2024. The training curriculum consists of 4 modules, including GPS navigation, training on the Garmin 78's GPS device, focusing on navigation, waypoint saving, and track function utilization. Occupational safety and health, OSH, in mining. Essential OSH knowledge relevant to community mines rangers in the Guyanese mining industry. Regulations, legal regulations for rangers and miners within their area of supervision. Upon completion, the community rangers will be equipped to enforce regulations and promote responsible and safe mining practices within their communities. This successful program is now in its 3rd year, providing employment opportunities for residents and stimulating economic growth in these areas. The government remains committed to providing training opportunities to all Guyanese, regardless of location. First 12,000 flu vaccines to arrive soon, Dr. Anthony. Newsroom. Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony has announced that the first batch of 12,000 influenza vaccines is set to arrive in Guyana shortly. This initiative aims to protect the most vulnerable populations, including healthcare workers and the elderly, during the flu season. Dr. Anthony shared the news on Monday at a workshop organized by the Ministry of Health, the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, and the International Health Regulations National Focal Point Committee. The workshop focused on developing Guyana's 2024 State Party Self-Assessment Annual Report, SPAR. The minister highlighted that this vaccination program was first mentioned during the ministry's budget discussions last Wednesday. He emphasized that for many years, flu vaccines were unavailable in the public healthcare system, necessitating individuals to seek vaccinations abroad. Dr. Anthony noted that investments over the years have enhanced the country's surveillance capacity. Earlier in January, the Ministry of Health announced that the National Public Health Reference Laboratory had received accreditation from PAHO/WHO as a national influenza center. The focus now shifts to implementing an integrated surveillance system that leverages existing telemedicine infrastructure at healthcare facilities. Dr. Anthony remarked, "We want to use the existing telemedicine infrastructure, where we have internet connectivity, at these 84 sites to enhance our surveillance efforts." Looking ahead, the ministry is also working on developing a robust surveillance system to monitor both human and animal health in preparation for potential future pandemics. Dr. Anthony stated, "If we are to be ready for the next pandemic, there is a strong likelihood that a virus could jump from animals to the human population. That is why it is important to have this integrated surveillance system."